Imagine a bagpiper playing in the early morning mist. The sound is magical. It fills your senses and it stirs your soul. The Chicago Scots celebrate Scottish identity on behalf of the Illinois St Andrew Society. The Society was established on December the 1st, 1845. That makes us the oldest continuously running charity in the state of Illinois.
We have a long, fine history of doing good for many different people in many different walks of life, from the residents at the Scottish Home to the young people who want to study over in Scotland. The Highland Games are what I enjoy the most because you get to see all of the traditional things that the Scottish people started many centuries ago. There are things for every age group, from little girls and little boys to older people who want to trace their roots. The Illinois St Andrew Society is the embodiment of Scottish culture here in the United States.
You know, there were a lot of Scots living in Chicago before the Great Fire of 1871. And they were the people that were preserving the culture of Scotland that they'd brought with them. They were dancing and singing and playing folk music, keeping all that alive. But in 1871, when the city of Chicago burned to the ground, there were 8,000 immigrant Scots living here who were made homeless. And Scotland, as a nation, responded to that by sending £1 million and more to the city of Chicago to help those homeless people. You know, that was never forgotten. Those connections with Scotland are strong. They're still here.
And it's those kinds of stories that I think are so important to our history. And that's what we need to pass on to the coming generation. It's a method and a way of connecting the new generation with their past.
But there is one thing about the society that makes it completely unique, and that's the Scottish home. If we're doing anything, it's to preserve the values of the home. The home means so much to so many people.
The Scottish home is about the personal relationship that develops between the staff and the residents and their family. It's based on friendship, and it is what you would find in your own family.
The society is based in the idea that Scottishness changes and moves forward. It looks back into the old traditions of Scotland, but it's not a historic organization. We carry things forward. You believe those traditions continue to contribute to the contemporary world, the modern world, and the world of the future. We need your help to do that. You become part of an extraordinary movement. Helping this society do that makes you part of continuing that tradition. Isn't that a wonderful thing?
Our society is ever evolving, but the Chicago Scots are also the keepers of the eternal values that make Scottish identity vital and steadfast. Our job is, has always been, and will always be, to transmit from one generation to the next the proud assurance of what it means to be Scottish. Our purpose is to stir the Scottish soul, to nourish Scottish identity, because what we nourish today will flourish tomorrow. We are the Chicago Scots.